It was early morning. The sun had just started to rise over the city. Birds were singing, and the roads were still quiet. Officer Ayan stepped out of his small apartment, wearing his clean police uniform. His name badge shone in the morning light. He looked proud, strong, and ready for duty. He had always loved his job. He believed in justice. He believed in doing what was right, even when it was hard. As he walked down the street, people greeted him. "Good morning, Officer Ayan," said an old shopkeeper, smiling. Ayan nodded and smiled back. "Stay safe, Uncle." He helped a child, crossed the road, and waved at the security guard outside the school. He didn't know that today would change everything. Ayan reached the police station. He greeted his fellow officers and went to his desk. He was checking his schedule when something strange happened. The station phone rang loudly. Everyone went quiet. The senior officer, Mr. Raza, picked up the phone and listened. His face changed. He looked shocked, then angry. Without saying a word, he walked out of his office and pointed at Ayan. "Officer Ayan," he said coldly. "Stand up." Ayan stood slowly, confused. "What happened, sir?" he asked. "You're under arrest," Mr. Raza said. The room fell completely silent. Everyone stared. "What?" Ayan asked, stunned. "This must be a mistake." Two officers walked toward him. They pulled out handcuffs. Ayan didn't resist. He didn't shout. He just looked around, his eyes wide, full of disbelief. "Put your hands behind your back," one of the officers said. Ayan obeyed. Click. The handcuffs locked. It was the most painful sound he had ever heard. Outside the station, a crowd had gathered. Someone had recorded the arrest. The video was already spreading online. Why are they arresting a cop? What did he do? He looked honest. Maybe it's fake. The whispers grew louder. Phones were out. People were filming, taking photos, sharing it everywhere. Ayan stood in uniform, his hands behind his back, head high, but inside he was breaking. He had no idea what was going on, but he had a strong feeling. Someone was trying to destroy him. They took him into a small, dark room inside the station. A fan spun slowly above. The table was cold. The walls were bare. He sat down, still in handcuffs. Mr. Raza entered with two other officers. They placed a thick file on the table. "You are accused of helping a criminal gang," Mr. Raza said, "and of stealing police funds. We have evidence." Ayan's heart dropped. "Sir, I swear I've never done anything wrong," he said. His voice was shaking. "This is not true." Mr. Raza opened the file. Inside were bank statements with Ayan's name, photos of him meeting someone suspicious, fingerprints, messages, all fake, but they looked real. "You think we'd arrest our own without proof?" Raza said. Ayan looked at the papers. He knew something was very wrong. He closed his eyes for a second, then he opened them and spoke clearly. "I want to make one phone call." Mr. Raza stared at him. "You think someone will save you?" Ayan didn't reply. He was thinking of one person, the only person he trusted completely, his little sister, Zara. They handed him a phone with tight control. An officer stood beside him watching. He dialed the number slowly. "Zara," he said when she answered. "I need your help." Her voice came fast. "Ayan? What happened? Are you okay?" "I've been arrested. They say I helped a gang. It's all fake." There was silence for a second. Then Zara replied, calm and serious, "Send me everything you can. I'll find the truth." Ayan's hands were still shaking, but for the first time that day, he felt hope. He looked at the officer beside him. "You've made a mistake," he said quietly, "and I'll prove it." Back in the city, people were confused. The arrest was all over social media. Some believed he was guilty, some said he was innocent, but no one knew the truth yet. In a small room filled with tension, Officer Ayan sat in silence. Outside, the world was watching. Inside, he was preparing for the biggest fight of his life. And the call he just made, that call was the start of everything. Ayan sat quietly in the cold room. The walls felt like they were closing in. His hands were still cuffed. His uniform, once a symbol of pride, now felt heavy, like a costume for someone he no longer recognized. A young officer brought him a glass of water but didn't look him in the eye. Everyone was treating him like a criminal. Ayan looked at the table. The file was still there. Inside that file were fake papers, fake proof. But they looked real, too real. Mr. Raza came back into the room, this time with another officer named Inspector Kamal. Kamal had known Ayan for years. They had worked together, fought crime together, even had tea after long shifts. But today, Kamal looked different. No smile, no warmth. He sat across the table and opened the file. "You know why you're here, Ayan?" Kamal asked. "I don't," Ayan replied calmly. "I didn't do anything wrong." Kamal raised an eyebrow. "You didn't? Then explain this." He pushed forward a photo. It showed Ayan meeting a man in a black hoodie in a parking lot at night. "This man," Kamal continued, "is Iqbal Malik, wanted for drug smuggling." "I've never seen him in my life," Ayan said. Kamal then pointed to a bank record. It showed large amounts of money being transferred to Ayan's account over the past 6 months. "You got rich quickly, Ayan." Ayan shook his head. "That's not my account. It's not real." Kamal stared at him. "Your fingerprint was on the transfer form." Ayan's heart pounded. He had spent years fighting for the law. Now the law was turning against him. He leaned forward, his voice low but firm. "Someone is framing me." Kamal leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. "Then prove it." Outside the room, Zara was already working. She sat in her small apartment, laptop open, fingers flying over the keyboard. She wasn't just his sister. She was a digital genius, a coder, a hacker, a truth finder. Ayan had once saved her from a dark path. Now she was ready to return the favor. She pulled out Ayan's photo from the file he sent. Then she traced the photo's metadata. "It's edited," she realized. She looked closer. The background in the photo was from a different place. The lighting didn't match. The shadows were wrong. The photo was fake. Back at the station, Ayan was taken to a holding cell. He sat on the hard bench, alone. His phone call had given him some hope, but fear was still there. What if Zara couldn't find anything? What if the truth stayed hidden? One officer walked by and smirked. So sad. Another hero turns villain. Ayan didn't reply. He knew this was not just about his job now. This was about his name, his future, his family. And if he stayed silent, the lie would win. Zara continued digging. She checked the IP address from the bank records, then her eyes narrowed. All those transfers? They were made from inside the police department. Someone with access. Someone powerful. She kept tracing the data until a name popped up. It was a high-ranking officer, someone Ayan trusted. Her hands froze over the keyboard. This was big. Too big. And now she had a choice. Stay quiet and let her brother be destroyed. Or go against a powerful man and risk everything. The next morning, Ayan was brought back to the interrogation room. Kamal walked in again. This time, he looked more serious. "Still not ready to talk?" he asked. "I have nothing to confess," Ayan said. Kamal shook his head. "We'll see. You have until tonight. After that, charges will be filed." As Ayan was being led back, he heard his phone buzz on the table. A message had arrived. The officer picked it up and read it quietly. His expression changed. He ran out of the room. Something had just happened. The police station was quiet that morning, but Ayan's heart was racing. He sat in the cell, staring at the small window. Light came through the bars, but it gave no warmth. He had been a respected officer just 2 days ago. Now he was called a traitor. He heard footsteps. Then a key turned. The door opened. A senior officer walked in and said, "You have a visitor." Ayan was taken to the meeting room. To his surprise, Zara was standing there. She wore simple clothes, jeans, a black hoodie, but her eyes were sharp, confident, focused. "Zara," he said, surprised. "How did you get in?" I told them. "I'm your lawyer," she said calmly. "You're not a lawyer," he whispered. She smiled faintly. "They don't know that." The guard stood outside. They had only 5 minutes. Zara sat down across from her brother. She placed a small pen on the table. "It's a recorder," she said quietly. "If they try anything, I'll have it on tape." Ayan nodded. Then she pulled out her phone and showed him a photo. "Look," she whispered. It was the same photo the police had shown him, the one of him meeting the gang leader. But Zara had zoomed in. "There's a shadow behind you," she explained. "But it doesn't match the light in the parking lot. Someone edited this." Ayan leaned closer. Zara pulled up a second image, this time from a CCTV camera. "This is the real footage from that day," she said. "You weren't even there. You were at the police hospital visiting an injured officer." Ayan stared at the screen. "How did you get this?" "I hacked the station system," she said quietly. "And that's not all." Zara opened another folder. It showed bank transactions, big amounts, all going into an account under Ayan's name, but the transfers were made using a different IP address. "Whoever did this," she said, "had access to the department's main server." Ayan whispered, "It's someone inside." Zara nodded. "I tracked the access log," she continued. "The fake transfers were made from an office on the 3rd floor." Ayan looked up. "That's where Assistant Commissioner Shah works." Zara's face turned serious. "Yes. And guess what? His voice is in one of the system logs." I recovered a deleted voicemail. She played the clip. It was short, but enough. Shah's voice said, "Tell the boy to keep quiet. If he talks, we'll blame him for everything." Ayan's blood ran cold, so it was true. Someone inside the system had betrayed him. A senior officer. A man who smiled in meetings and shook hands in front of cameras. "Why me?" Ayan asked softly. Zara looked at him. "Because you were honest," she said. "Because you saw something. Maybe you didn't even realize it, but they knew you were getting close." Ayan closed his eyes for a moment. He had worked with Shah, trusted him, took orders from him, and now that man had tried to destroy him. But the game wasn't over yet. Zara leaned forward. "We have the first proof, but it's not enough. They'll deny everything. We need more." Ayan looked her in the eye. "What do we do?" Zara replied, "We set a trap." Later that night, Zara went back home and began her plan. She created a fake email using a hidden server. The email looked like it was sent from Iqbal Malik, the same gang leader Ayan was accused of helping. The message was short. "We need the next payment, or we talk." She sent it to Assistant Commissioner Shah's private email. Then she waited. Within 5 minutes, he opened it. Zara smiled. Her tracker worked. Now she had his IP address, location, and timestamp. She recorded everything. The next morning, Zara received something unexpected, a voice note from Shah. He didn't know she was the one behind the email. In the message, he sounded angry, nervous. His voice said, "You're crazy to contact me directly. I gave you protection. Don't mess this up. I already took care of the officer." Zara saved the recording. Her hands were shaking. It was the final piece. Back at the station, Ayan sat in the cell. Another day, another silent hour. But then, the officer from yesterday returned. "You're being called again," he said. Ayan stood up. This time his walk was steady, calm. He wasn't just a prisoner now. He was part of a plan. And what Shah didn't know was that the truth was one step away from being exposed. Inside the police station, things were changing, but no one knew it yet. Ayan, still wearing his uniform, was brought back into the interrogation room. His hands were free now, but his name was not. His face was calm, but inside fire burned. He sat down across from Inspector Kamal. Kamal looked tired. He rubbed his forehead and sighed. "This is your last chance," Kamal said. "If you're guilty, say it now. After today, you'll go to court." Ayan didn't answer immediately. He looked straight into Kamal's eyes. "I want to speak to Assistant Commissioner Shah," he said. Kamal frowned. "Why him?" Ayan leaned forward. "Because I know he's behind this." Kamal laughed, but it was a dry, nervous laugh. "You're accusing your senior?" Ayan calmly placed a pen-shaped recorder on the table. "Listen to this," he said. Kamal picked it up and pressed play. It was the voice note Shah had sent in response to Zara's fake email. "You're crazy to contact me directly. I already took care of the officer." Kamal froze. He paused the recording and looked up. "Where did you get this?" Ayan answered. "My sister set a trap. She pretended to be the gang leader." Shah responded. Kamal stood up. His face had changed. "Wait here," he said quickly, and rushed out of the room. In a hidden office, Zara sat in front of 3 computer screens. Her eyes were tired. She hadn't slept all night, but her mind was sharp. She had already backed up everything: audio clips, emails, screenshots, IP addresses. She even created a small digital folder titled Proof Against Shah. She uploaded it to the cloud. Then she made a call. "Is this Senior Judge Hamid?" she asked. "Yes. Who's calling?" "My name is Zara Ayan. My brother is Officer Ayan, recently arrested. I have evidence that he's been framed by someone in your system." There was silence on the line. Then the judge said, "Send me everything you have." At the station, tension was rising. Kamal walked into Shah's office, holding the recorder. "Sir, we need to talk," he said. Shah was drinking tea. He looked calm. "What is it?" Kamal placed the recorder on the table and pressed play. The audio started. Shah's face turned stiff. His hand froze mid-air. When the message ended, he stood up slowly. "Where did you get this?" he asked coldly. Kamal didn't blink. "That's not the question. The real question is, why did you try to destroy an honest officer?" Shah suddenly laughed. "But it wasn't funny. You think anyone will believe you?" he said. "You have no proof." Kamal stepped closer. "We have your voice, your IP, your message, everything." Shah's smile faded. He knew the walls were closing in. "Do you want a deal?" he asked. "I can fix this. You'll be promoted. I'll make sure your career—" Kamal interrupted him. "You're finished, sir." Just then, a call came from the judge's office. The station head picked it up. After a short conversation, the order was clear: release Officer Ayan and detain Shah for questioning. 10 minutes later, Ayan stood outside the station, free. His hands were no longer in cuffs. His name was cleared. People looked at him with respect again. Some even clapped as he walked out. Zara was waiting nearby, smiling proudly. "You did it," Ayan said, hugging her. "No," she replied. "We did it." But the story wasn't over yet. Because even though Shah was caught, the system he used was still full of cracks. And Ayan? He wasn't going to stop until every piece of the truth came out. Ayan was free now, but he didn't feel peaceful. Yes, the handcuffs were gone. Yes, his name was cleared. But deep inside, something felt wrong. It was too easy. Shah went down fast, too fast. And Ayan had a feeling Shah was just a pawn. At home, Zara was going through her digital files again. She couldn't rest. Her eyes were burning from lack of sleep, but her mind wouldn't stop. She looked at the old email Shah had received, the one she had faked as the gang leader. Then something caught her eye, a strange pattern in the way Shah replied. He used a code, a number at the end of the message, X175. "What is this?" she whispered. She ran a search through her system. After a few minutes, she found something chilling. X175 was a case number, a sealed case, hidden in the police department's private archives. And the officer who sealed that case? Deputy Commissioner Azim Khan. Zara's hands froze. Azim Khan was powerful, feared, respected. He was also the man who promoted Shah 2 years ago. She opened the case file. Most of the pages were blacked out, but not all. One sentence stood out. All related accounts to be monitored. Any leak must be silenced immediately. Zara whispered, This isn't just about Ayan." Meanwhile, Ayan was in his old office. Kamal had helped him get back temporarily. Ayan was quiet, looking at the wall where his medal once hung, but it was gone now, taken during the investigation. No one returned it. Kamal entered the room. "You all right?" he asked. Ayan didn't answer immediately. Then he said, "I don't think Shah was working alone." Kamal sat down. "I was thinking the same." Ayan turned his chair slowly. "I want access to every case Shah worked on, every report he filed, every officer he worked under." Kamal nodded. "That's risky." Ayan replied, "So is letting evil grow." Later that night, Zara and Ayan met in a quiet parking lot. Zara showed him the files. "This is bigger than we thought," she said. "Shah was just the messenger. Azim Khan may be the one behind everything." Ayan looked at the sealed case file. "What is this about?" he asked. Zara sighed. "I don't know everything, but it looks like years ago there was an undercover operation. Drugs, money laundering, fake accounts. They buried the case." Ayan frowned. "And now it's back." Zara nodded. "Because someone opened the wrong door." She looked directly at him. Suddenly a car stopped nearby. Headlights flashed twice. It was Kamal. He walked over quickly. "You both need to leave, now," he said. "What happened?" Ayan asked. Kamal whispered, "They know you're digging. Zara's system has been hacked. Someone traced her IP. They're coming." Ayan looked at Zara. "We split up," she said quickly. "I'll go to a safe house. You keep digging on your end." Kamal gave Ayan a burner phone. "Call only from this. No names." Then he looked at both of them. "Be careful. If Azim Khan is involved, we're not dealing with a crooked cop anymore. We're dealing with a network." Later that night, Azim Khan sat in his large office. The city lights glowed outside. He held a cigar in one hand and a file in the other. Inside that file, a photo of Ayan. Under it, a red stamp. Unresolved threat. Azim picked up his phone. "Find him," he said coldly. "If he talks, we all fall." Ayan didn't sleep that night. He stayed in a small, dark room behind an old garage. Kamal had arranged it. No windows, no signals. Just a burner phone, a notebook, and a cup of cold tea. He looked at the wall. He had drawn a map with names, arrows, and question marks. At the center was Azim Khan. Zara, now in a safe house far outside the city, was also working non-stop. She connected, her laptop through a secure VPN. All her files were saved on an encrypted drive. She found something strange. Every few months, a police report would disappear. It would be written, then vanish from the record. But in the system's deep storage, buried under layers, Zara found hidden backup copies. She restored one. The report was short, just 2 pages, but it said everything. Suspicious financial activity spotted during undercover operation. Officer Ayan requested deeper audit. Filed by Officer Imran S. Zara's heart sank. Officer Imran. He had died in a car crash 6 months ago. But now she knew the truth. It was no accident. The next day, Ayan met Kamal secretly in an empty mosque courtyard. Kamal wore casual clothes, no uniform, no badge. He looked around carefully. Ayan handed him a list. "These officers worked under Azim Khan in the past 5 years, Ayan said. 3 are dead, 2 are missing. 1 was forced to resign." Kamal read the names. "They're cleaning up the past," he whispered. Ayan nodded. "And I'm next." Meanwhile, Azim Khan sat in his luxury office with 2 visitors. Both wore suits, not uniforms. They didn't speak like police. One of them said, "We warned you about Officer Ayan." Azim replied, "I'm handling it." The man smiled coldly. "No, you're not." He placed a phone on the table and played a clip. It was Zara's voice. She was talking about the deleted reports. The audit. The fake accounts. Azim's face went pale. "How did you get this?" he asked. The man replied, "That's not your concern. But if this girl keeps talking, your name goes public." Azim leaned back. "What do you want me to do?" The man answered with a single word. "End it." That night, a black car pulled up near the safe house. Inside were 2 men, both armed. They checked their GPS. "She's here," one of them said. They moved quietly, but Zara was ready. She had already sensed the breach. Her cameras showed the car. She grabbed her bag, laptop, and USB. She escaped through the back window and ran into the forest behind the house, breathing heavy, heart pounding. She kept running. She knew they weren't just trying to silence her. They were trying to erase her. Back in the city, Ayan received a call on the burner phone. Zara's voice came through, shaky but strong. "They found me," she said. "I escaped, but I can't run forever." Ayan clenched his jaw. "This ends now." He said he called Kamal. "We hit them before they hit us." Kamal replied, "What's the plan?" Ayan answered, "We leaked the truth." Together, they prepared everything. Zara sent all the proof to 10 different news outlets. Videos, emails, financial records, voice notes. They included the hidden case, X-17-5, the officers who died, and the secret deals made under Azim Khan's watch. They set a timer. At 6 a.m., the story would go live. Azim Khan woke up early. He checked his phone. Hundreds of missed calls. Dozens of messages. His name was all over the news. Deputy Commissioner linked to secret police cover-up. Officer framed, now free, reveals truth behind dirty network. His hands shook. He picked up the phone. "Trace their location," he ordered. "Now!" But it was too late. The truth was out. Zara's digital trail was clean. Ayan had already disappeared from the city. And the public? They had questions. Big ones. Morning broke over the city, but it wasn't a normal morning. News anchors were shouting, social media was flooded, police scandal, deputy commissioner accused. Whistleblower sister and framed officer reveal hidden truth. Everywhere, people were talking about Ayan and Zara. TV channels played the leaked voice notes. Radio stations replayed the evidence every hour. And outside police headquarters, angry crowds were gathering. Inside a hidden apartment, Ayan watched, the news with quiet eyes. Zara sat next to him, her fingers shaking slightly. She had done it. She had sent the truth into the world. But the cost wasn't small. "I don't know if I can go back to normal life," she said softly. Ayan looked at her. "Maybe we're not meant to go back," he replied. "Maybe we're meant to finish what we started." At the police headquarters, Azim Khan sat in silence. He had been called to a high-level inquiry. 5 officers had already stepped down. An emergency audit was launched. His phone kept ringing. He ignored all the calls. Then his lawyer walked in. "Sir, you have two options," the lawyer said. "Step down or be arrested." Azim looked at the wall. Pictures of awards and medals hung proudly. He used to be a hero once. But now, even that couldn't protect him. He slammed his fist on the table. "This isn't over," he growled. Kamal received a message on his secure phone. It was from an anonymous source. "Azim is planning to run." He immediately called Ayan. "He's not going down without a fight," Kamal warned. "He may try to flee or destroy final evidence." Ayan stood up. "Then we stop him." The same night, Ayan and Kamal tracked Azim's location. He wasn't at home. He wasn't at his office. He was at an old warehouse near the docks. Zara stayed in the car, monitoring everything with her laptop. "He's in the East Wing," she said through the earpiece. "And he's not alone." Inside the warehouse, Azim was burning files. Stacks of documents, digital drives, everything that could tie him to the X-17-5 case was going up in flames. His hands moved fast, but his heart raced faster. He didn't hear the door open behind him. He didn't see Ayan step in, but he heard his voice. "You destroyed everything." "But not me." Azim turned sharply, gun in hand. He aimed it at Ayan. "You should have stayed quiet," Azim said coldly. "I did," Ayan replied. "For too long." Kamal entered from the side, his own weapon ready. "Drop it, Azim," he shouted. "It's over." Azim laughed. "Over? Do you really think people want justice? They want peace. They want silence. I gave them that. You gave them fear," Ayan snapped. "You buried the truth." Azim's eyes flickered. For a moment, he looked tired. Then he raised the gun toward Ayan again, but before he could pull the trigger, bang! A shot rang out. Azim dropped his weapon. Kamal had fired first, into his arm. He fell to the ground, groaning. Ayan walked up to him slowly. "You were supposed to protect the people," he whispered. Azim looked up, defeated. "I protected myself," he said. "That's all anyone does." Minutes later, police cars arrived. Azim was taken into custody. The media swarmed the warehouse, and for the first time, Ayan stepped into the light, not as a suspect, but as a fighter for justice. Outside the warehouse, Zara hugged her brother. "Tightly." "You did it," she whispered. "No," Ayan replied. "We did it." But even as they stood there, surrounded by flashing cameras and cheering crowds, Ayan knew one thing. This wasn't the end. This was just the breaking point, the moment when everything fell apart, so something better could begin. 2 weeks had passed since Azim Khan's arrest. The news was still fresh in people's minds. Social. Media still buzzed with hashtags. Justice for Ayan, Truth Exposed, Zara the whistleblower. But for Ayan, life had changed in a much quieter way. He wasn't on active duty anymore. His badge was returned, but he placed it inside a box. He didn't want revenge. He wanted peace. Zara stood in front of a small crowd at a university. She was invited to speak about digital safety, whistleblowing, and truth. Her voice was calm, confident, emotional. She ended her talk with just one sentence. "Silence protects the powerful. Speaking up protects the people." The audience stood and clapped. Zara smiled, not because she was proud, but because she had found purpose. Meanwhile, Ayan visited the grave of Officer Imran. He placed flowers on the stone and stood quietly. "Your report didn't die with you," he whispered. "Your voice helped save others." A light breeze passed through the trees. Ayan closed his eyes. For the first time in months, he felt a bit lighter. That evening, Ayan sat alone in his apartment. The city lights blinked outside his window. Then his phone rang. It was an unknown number, he answered. The voice on the other end was firm but respectful. "Is this Officer Ayan?" "Yes." "This is the Minister of Internal Affairs. I've read your case. I've seen the evidence. What you did was brave and right. Ayan remained silent. The voice continued. We want to offer you a new position, one where your honesty can rebuild the trust we lost. Would you be willing to help reform this system from the inside? Ayan took a deep breath. This was the call that changed everything. Later, he met Zara in a small tea shop. He told her about the offer. She looked surprised and proud. What will you say? She asked. Ayan smiled slightly. I said yes, Zara nodded. Good. The system needs people like you. Ayan looked at her. No, it needs people like us. The camera slowly zooms out. Ayan and Zara sit side by side, two siblings who stood against a system that tried to break them. They didn't just survive. They fought, and in the end, they won. Not with violence, not with revenge, but with truth and a single call. That changed everything.